Breaking right now on WSA 9 News at 11, we have brand new information about the line of tornadoes that left damage like this from West Virginia to Maryland. Just 2 hours ago, the National Weather Service confirming a total of 7 tornadoes touched down yesterday. That number could go up in the coming days as they review more data. So glad you're with us tonight for WSA 9 News at 11. I'm Adam Longo. Montgomery County was the hardest hit. For neighbors there, the cleanup continues tonight. Now, when weather is the big story, WUSA 9 is where you want to be. In just a minute, the Chief Topper Shut will break down that new report from the National Weather Service, but we're going to begin with Katie Lusso in Gaithersburg. And Katie, there is still a lot of cleanup to do there.
Yeah, we are on Peony Street and still a ton of damage out here. First, I want to show you this house over here. You can see this, a tree came crashing down onto this house. And if you take a look across the street right here, you can see this car just completely smashed in. Now tonight we spoke to a family who lives about a block and a half from here. They were inside their home with their 2 young children when a tree came crashing down on them last night.
It's terrifying, like the whole thing. I can't describe it, and it's just something you would never think would ever happen.
24 hours later, Samir and Veronica are still shaken up from Wednesday night's storms.
1 minute it was all fine and I was texting my parents, and the next minute they're texting me, "Are you okay?" And I'm not okay.
They started getting the alerts, but say it was only seconds later that things started to get bad.
I was seeing one of our big trees in our backyard just swaying. I mean, it was like, and it's a big tree with a big trunk, and it's just swaying like a toy.
And the next thing I know, just the whole house is shaking. The ground is shaking.
They grabbed their kids and pets and tried to hide in the safest place they could find.
And it was just sparks flying from the electrical and just wind going through the house and just a roaring sound. It sounded like we were right next to a freight train. Like, it just was so loud and it was so scary.
In seconds, it was over.
It fell all the way over here, and it just shattered and poked a massive hole.
The tree came down inside their kitchen. Tonight, they're just grateful things weren't worse.
We're just blessed and thankful that we're all alive, and, you know, we all are okay. Material things, you know, we can get new things. It's just our lives, you know, we're blessed.
They say they're especially grateful to their neighbors, many who were also dealing with their own storm damage.
I was a mess yesterday. I was crying in the street, and my neighbors, you know, they took me in and they helped me take care of her.
Everyone came together to show support and, you know, offered a place for us to stay.
They always say tragedy brings community together, and that's really what happened yesterday, but I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
And again, we just continue to hear those stories of this community coming together. Tonight, there is a GoFundMe page set up for that family who we spoke with. We've put a link to it on our website, WUSA9.com. In Gaithersburg, I'm Katie Lusso. Let's send it back to you.
Well, they certainly had the right instincts to get to that center, safest location of the house, and it is what likely saved them here. Katie, thank you. We also